May the fourth be with you, everyone.
Oh, wow.
Tomorrow's Cinco de Drinko.
Cinco de
yeah.
Drinko.
Honestly, I'm sad because in college, I would literally be so drunk tomorrow, but it's like a Wednesday and I have to go to work. So
I feel like Cinco de Mayo is the
Like,
holiday for Hannah.
it's so much fun. I remember like my freshman year of college when like a bunch of my older friends graduated. Graduation was on Cinco de Mayo and like downtown that night was so much fun.
Last night was
miss it.
like reading day eve, and it was like also in the midst of like some huge tornado warning. Dude, the amount of people that went out shocked me. My roommate went out and I was like, you guys have fun. Have fun. You got it. I literally sat in the apartment and didn't do like anything last night. I was like, I get to stay up and watch an extra like episode of whatever.
Dude, how
my
is
dad's
Oh no, go ahead.
My dad texted me today trying to get like some forms from UGA and he was trying to like log into Athena and he was like, they're sending you a notification. And I'm like, through what? Like literally, like I was like, I have not logged into.
Yeah.
I was like, I haven't logged into any of this in like a year. So then I tried to log into that like Duo mobile thing or whatever. And it was like, your account has been deactivated. And I'm like, sorry, sir. Like, I was like, I can't help you out. And he was like, well, then you need to call like the UGA administrative office tomorrow because he needs this form for my taxes. And I'm just like, oh God.
So
I had to give my hands that.
That happened to me like earlier last week. I got locked out of my Duo Mobile because I got a new phone and a new number and it wasn't like registered with the account. And I had like assignments to turn in. And so I woke up, tried logging into Athena and ELC being like, oh, I'm going to be like productive poly today. Nope. Got locked out for like about 6 hours and I sent them like an email and they didn't have like a phone number listed. It was like really, really small, like in the corner. Right. So I was like looking through the email, looking through it. And I called the number and told them that I got an email. And I was like, when were you guys like planning on getting back to me, by the way? Because like no one's responded.
Dude, I was thinking about this and I know this is so stupid and everyone's going to disagree with me. But like, if you really think about it, I feel like students should get paid. Like, hear me out. Like, and I mean like from a young age, like any kind of school, because one, it would incentivize people to stay in school. Like maybe students wouldn't have to get part-time jobs in school, so they would do better. It would like create this savings, like to maybe then use that to pay for college or something. I don't know. I just feel like if the government wants people to be in school, then they should like pay them. And I'm not talking like a salary or like all this like huge stuff.
Like a stipend.
Yeah, like a stipend for being a student. And that way, again, like I said, maybe they don't have to get like a part-time job in college and maybe not as many people would drop out, or like it would just be more of a reason to like do it and not hate it. Like it almost feels like, okay, I'm working for something almost.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if well, I don't know if I agree that they should get paid, but I think that all public universities should be free to go to. But I know that they wouldn't be as nice, but I just do not agree with the whole system of student loans. I understand the reason why the schools that like, you know, we go to and stuff are as nice as they are because of all the money that they make in tuition amongst other things. But I think that really the only education that you should be having to pay for would be if like you made the choice to go to like a private institution.
I agree with that, but I do think that like I kind of agree with Amanda on like the sense of I think students should get stipends while they're in school.
Like I just feel like I don't know, and like even maybe you don't get access to that money till like you're in high school. Like maybe once you're little, it's like in this frozen account or something that you just like have. I don't know. I know that's a crazy like concept to even think about, but like
no, coming from someone like who I have student loans, like and like I understand, like I had Hope Scholarship and like everything, like I got Pell Grant and everything like that. Like yes, like tuition was like a little cheaper, but it didn't help like in the sense of like I still needed to figure out how to pay for other things. I still needed to figure out like how to pay for books and like materials for their classes. And like, that's not cheap by any means. Like, I do think that they should like, I mean, if you compare it to like
school and you're paying for classes, I still never understand why you have to buy the books.
Exactly.
Have the books.
If you compare it to like school in Europe, like
I just never bought the books.
This is
Hannah's like,
I really didn't. Like, I'm just going to be completely honest. I literally like very rarely on occasion would actually sit down and read a textbook. I just never
I will
would.
say ever since like starting senior year, I have not purchased an actual textbook. Like, but every other year, like I was like anal about having to figure out like how to pay for it, because I never wanted to like ask my mom to like give me more money for more books and everything. Like she already had like 2 kids in college. Like I get it. And I do think in that sense, like some people have like different situations, but in comparison to like schooling in Europe, you guys, college is like so cheap to like compared to what we pay here.
Yeah. And most
ridiculously
isn't
cheap.
It in
like,
a lot of places you only do like 2 years, 2 or 3 years.
It depends on like your degree. It depends on like what you're studying. 2 years, I guess, like if you would say like if you were getting like a normal like communication or like business degree, I think that would like satisfy that.
Oh,
but
it's interesting. I don't know. I know that's like a crazy like thought. I don't know why I thought about that, but I was like, damn, like I would have enjoyed like going to school so much better if I was like getting something like tangible out of it. I don't know. That sounds really dumb and kind of, I guess, super privileged, but y'all know what I mean. Y'all know what I mean. I wanted to know, how is Ramadan going in fasting?
That's a great question. So it's okay. It's definitely been like a different experience because this year I'm like really strict about like no alcohol, like eating and drinking like after after like the sun sets and everything. And like it's difficult. I will say, like after the second week, the first week I was like, okay, like I can kind of do this. The second week I was like noticing it's so hard to not have water. And like my Hydro Flask is on me like all the time. And I almost, it's just like, I always want something like to satisfy my craving, like of
Can you chew
eating,
like gum or something like that?
The thing with chewing gum is that I want to drink water afterwards. Do you know what I'm saying? But
so are you really like keeping you're not drinking water at all? Like during sun
No.
Wow.
Like I literally from this morning I somehow got up like super early because our cat was like in my room and I heard him like meowing. So I woke up and I noticed that the sun hasn't like didn't go up yet. So I like chugged my water. I have a very difficult time waking up like at 4 o'clock in the morning to eat and drink because I'm like sleeping, you know, your body doesn't like, I just don't like eating that early, you know, and then immediately going back to sleep. So I will try to like, as soon as like the sun sets, I'll like drink a whole Hydro Flask, make my dinner and then eat, drink another one, and then try to make a small meal to eat again. So like, I usually stop eating by like 1:30 in the morning. And that's,
wow.
Yeah, it sucks because like right before I go to bed, I'm like, oh my God, I literally feel like a whale. But
then you fast all day, so
makes
up for it. Well, that's interesting.
I know. Yeah, but it's been nice.
When does it end?
May 13th, I believe. So like the day I go on my trip. Yes. It's like kind of difficult, I will say, in like the aspect of drinking.
Skinny.
Skinny. Because like I feel like it's so normal to have like a glass of wine like in like at our age, like where I live right now, like it's just so normal to have a glass of wine at dinner or like go out with your friends and everything.
Or literally and, get home from class and
cheers, baby.
Exactly. And so that's been just like not super difficult, but like I find myself being like, oh my God, yes, I'm gonna have a glass of wine at dinner tonight. No. But I will say I have noticed that I have lost a good bit of weight, and I really think it's from not drinking. And I never.
Wait, so with the drinking, can you not drink like at all, or is
no?
It
you
still
can't
the
drink
same
like
rules?
at all for the entire month. It's like haram.
So are you not going to drink at Austin's birthday?
No, I didn't drink when we went out this past weekend. I haven't been drinking. Like the last time I had a drink was before Ramadan started.
I'm like shocked. I'm like, how do you do that?
But yeah, Austin was like kind of disappointed that I wasn't gonna drink, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna like really test myself and like try to stick to this for an entire month because I feel like I have a hard time sticking to things. Not saying that I'm like unmotivated or anything. I'm just saying it just is difficult sometimes to stick to something that long. And but it's been nice.
Enjoy other recreational activities?
You know, I don't really know what it says in the Bible or the Quran or whatever, but I'm just going with I'm just going with I'm just kidding. I'm going with, people probably think I don't know shit about my own religion, but I just joke about it. I'm just going with like whatever. I will say like other recreational activities have helped me get through this because I mean, it's difficult, you guys. Like the other day I was getting like so overwhelmed with like just thinking about wanting something to eat, wanting something to drink. And I got really overwhelmed because I didn't have anything to do that day either. It's not like I can go work out because I'll like pass out over workout. It's just like kind of scary to do that. I bought myself a coloring book in Target because I was like, I'm going to, partake in some activity.
Twiddle my thumbs a little bit to keep myself from eating.
I was like, I can't sit on my fucking phone all day trying to distract myself from like not eating.
Yeah. That's
so. But overall, I am proud of myself. Wait, what'd you say?
Let's see. Well, my
Where do you
mental
want to start?
health. Yeah, honestly. My mental health, I would say within the last week took a really big downturn, and it's been a little bit rough. Actually, no, not a little bit. It's been very rough for me for obvious reasons for the last few months. Not honestly just because of the breakup, but I'm dealing with like just motivation in general. And I feel like it's just harder for me to even do just some of the most simplest things recently. And that's been a big struggle for me because when I would deal with this in college, I could easily just like skip class, go home for a weekend or do something like that. But like I'm an adult now with like a job and responsibilities, and I can't just really like take a break from life anymore. So I decided to go back to therapy, and I'll be starting that again in a few weeks, which is really just a relief. But on another note, I have had like my quarrels with insurance in the past, and it has just really made me realize like I don't know. It's like I'm very cautious to say that certain things should be free because I understand that someone is providing a service, and at the end of the day, like these people need to get paid. But I just think that when it really comes to your mental health, like there just need to be more resources out there that are either a lot more affordable or just honestly free for the people that can't afford it. And I know that there are things that have come up within the last year, especially because of COVID, but it's just like astounding to me, the price of these things. And I'm very fortunate that like I'm able to pay for it, but there are plenty of people out there that are dealing with a lot worse than me that just can't get the help that they need. And it's been like really hard for me because I was trying to get it through my insurance because that way it would have been a lot more affordable. But every place I would call either like would not tailor to what I needed, or they had a 3 to 4 month wait list.
Oh
and I was
God.
like, yeah. And I was like, I'm not going to wait.
Exclusive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I was
what?
Like, yeah. Like, I was like, I'm sorry. I was like, I just can't wait that long. Like, this is something that I want to deal with now. Like, and that's what's just so crazy to me is like, imagine telling someone like, oh, I'm sorry, like what you're going through. Can you wait like 4 months and then come back to me? Like, what?
I honestly didn't expect you to say like 3 to 4 month wait.
I never
really
thought
shocking.
of that even being a thing. It's funny going back to, I guess, talking about like school. Like, I feel like counselors and that kind of stuff should be way more apparent, like in school. Like, I was thinking about this actually last night because I was like, what if there was like a class, you have health class. Like, what if they actually talked about mental health? Because no one talked to me about mental health ever in my life growing up. And I understand that maybe like having a whole class dedicated to that could be dangerous because some kids could be, self-diagnosing like, oh, I have that. Oh, I'm depressed,
Yeah.
But I feel like in some way they should have like interpreted that more into the curriculum, being like, hey, like once a week you're required to go to your counselor and at least just talk to them. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, if there was like just better resources and like more education on that kind of topic, like 1,000%, I agree.
Because like I definitely, like looking back now, knowing what I know now from my own research, I'm like, damn, I definitely, like, there were times in school where I had no idea what the fuck was up with my brain.
Yeah.
Like, it would have been helpful to like just
do you know what I think? I feel like growing up it was almost made to, like, out to be like a taboo topic, and that if you did talk about it that you were like some sort of batshit crazy, you know? And I mean, weird. I don't know. I still think like even now they should offer those resources like 1,000%.
I was like really going through it, and like last week took, I think, like a detrimental turn, and it kind of like came out of nowhere. Like nothing really happened recently within the last week, I think, that like would have necessarily caused me to feel this way. And like that's what was like, I guess, the most alarming or eye-opening thing is the fact that I couldn't pinpoint it, and I would just like find myself getting like so emotional over like literally I don't even know what. And I am always like very hesitant to tell my mom about this because also I live alone. I don't live in the same state as my parents, and obviously they worry about me. But I mean, I think when I was able to like talk to my mom about it and be like, I think I want to try this again, she was like very supportive, and she's texted me like every day just to like check in on me, which has been very nice. But I think like this past weekend, I feel a lot better, just in a better headspace. And I feel like more motivated, I would say, this week to like get out of bed and like go to work and just like live my life. And I honestly think it's because like this month is like my birthday month, and like not to make a big deal about that, but it hit me the other day because I'm like planning this thing, like this celebration for my birthday, and I'm going to Vegas at the end of the month with our friend Cara, which I'm really excited about. But it kind of just like made me reflect on like the last year, and honestly like I'm really proud of like what I accomplished in a year, that in a way it made me like excited to see what like next year had in store. I used to like dread my birthday and just like have all this like pent up anxiety about it. But honestly, like my life within the last year kind of worked out in the best way possible. I mean, I like started and ended a relationship, got an apartment, and got 2 jobs. So at that point, I just feel like I could literally just do anything. So I'm excited to see like where this year comes. And like, I think starting therapy again is going to be like a good step in the right direction for me. So that's kind of where I'm at.
Well, hopefully it goes well. I'm glad you're going, and I feel like that's really strong to finally like buckle down and do it. I know that's something that like I have not been able to like get the courage and do / I don't know if I want to, but you know what I mean. But so that's good. That's really great. Yeah.
Amanda, where are you at right now? What's up with you?
Like mentally or
your pick.
every which way.
Boy, Hannah, when you said this week has been a tough one, I related to that. That's, I don't really want to say much, but yeah, let's move on.
Okay.
I'll say something that in current faves. I went on TikTok like last week, or like I missed, like it must have been less than a week. I had over 300 DMs.
Oh my God.
I think that might have contributed to the spiral that I felt this past week, but I did not watch any of them. I avoided the app, honestly, at the most part, but yeah, that was weird. Anyway, that's not even important.
Have y'all seen those trends where it's like I just want to talk about some of the current trends of TikTok that I'm loving. And I know we have very different For You pages, but I feel like for the most part, we see like relatively the same trends. What literally lives rent free in my mind, and I hope this never goes away, is the I'm getting ripped tonight. That one, like all of the different iterations of it, I love it. Like, honestly, it just like first thing I think of when I wake up in the morning and last thing I think of when I go to bed. The other one is that
you,
one
like,
where
do that
like,
to get in bed. You're like,
yeah. Like, honestly, we could just have a texting chain where like that's all we send each other, and like I would still feel like we're communicating with one another. The other one I'm loving is like the You Don't Know What I've Been Through with like the gunshot one or whatever.
Yeah, that one's funny.
And they're like, has a flat ass.
Yeah, those are really funny. And then the other one that I'm like kind of on the fence about, sometimes they're funny and other times they're really cringy, is it's like the sound where it's like, have you ever been in love before? Do you want me to describe it to you? Do you know which one? Yeah, that one is like kind of, some people are like very comfortable on the app.
Very comfortable.
Very comfortable.
No, you know which ones kill me with the very comfortable one? It's like, I remember when I lost my mind. That one where people are exposing themselves and being like how they were, how they acted in like their ex relationships. There was one I saw that like these two sisters like faked one of their deaths to like scare this one ex or something. It was like insanity. Some of the ones I was reading the comments and I was like, you guys are like going to jail. Like something's wrong with you.
No, honestly, those ones make me feel better because like I've done some pretty crazy shit. But like
Hannah,
when I
you
see
should
that,
make one of those. Oh,
when I see that, I'm like, okay, at least I haven't like faked my death or the ones where like the girls will get like one of their friends to dress up as a guy to like make the ex jealous or whatever.
Oh
that
God,
I fucking love.
Sometimes I need to remember that the main demographic of TikTok is like kids, because I'm seeing these things. I'm like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Like, why? And then I'm like, they're kids. Like, so I need to remember that I am not the target audience for
Amanda, your TikTok though, where you did the "I'm getting ripped tonight" dance to replay, chef's kiss.
Was
it
funny.
Was genius.
Y'all go check out my TikTok. Is fire. Do we want to do pop culture next or current faves? I kind of wanted to do current faves.
Okay,
because it's not. I guess it's also like goes along with like catching up.
Sure.
Whatever. I have been like, I mentioned this last week, I think, because like there's all this shit behind me in the video form, which you should watch the video on YouTube. But I'm like getting rid of everything I own. I just was like, I have too much stuff. I feel like heavy. I feel like weighed down. Like if I got a job tomorrow, like that would be a lot to go through and shit. And like I can't live like that. Like I want to live a little lighter. So I've been getting rid of everything, trying to sell stuff, but mainly donating, giving stuff to friends. I told you, Shayla, and like Amina and Hannah, like also this goes towards you and everyone. Like all my stuff on Depop and Poshmark. If you see something you like, just let me know and I'll send it to you. Like I'm just literally just trying to get rid of everything. I don't care what it is. Yeah. My other current fave is The Crown on Netflix. Quick change of pace there. But I binge watched the first 2 seasons. So good. But now the third season, it's like set more in the future and every actor is like different. And now I'm like, because like I get it. They're trying to make it like they're different people, I guess. But like I kind of like don't even want to watch anymore. I was so invested in like the actors that were doing it. But
how many seasons are there?
I don't know.
Oh, I like watched the first like 2 episodes and I really want to like sit down and like binge watch it. That's what I had to do with Bridgerton. Oh,
I didn't like Bridgerton.
You didn't?
Unpopular opinion. I fucking hated it. I watched the first episode. I hated it. I think there's 4 seasons of The Crown. I just
about to say I loved Bridgerton.
Maybe I needed to get more into it. No, I know because everyone raved about it. Like y'all loved it. I watched it. I could not continue. I was like this.
It's a lot.
It was just like it was like like orchestral, like an orchestra playing like Maroon 5.
It's like very theatrical.
And like
I liked like that part though.
Oh my god, it drove me insane. And it's like colonial clothing, but it's like sage neon green and like purple. And I'm like, dude, I can't do this like mix of modern and classic that just it doesn't mesh in my head. I'm like, this feels like a really bad play to me or something. I don't know.
Interesting. I would have assumed you would have liked it, but I guess not. I guess well. Anything else?
Anybody else's current faves?
You guys. Go ahead, Hannah.
Okay. So Bethenny Frankel has a new reality show. I started watching it. And honestly, like this woman could like shit and I would think it's like the greatest thing ever. I just think she's like so iconic and I love her so much. And I'm so happy that she's like come back to reality TV. Although the reviews about the show have like not been that great. Like I've read some articles about it and basically people are saying like the premise of the show like really glorifies like a negative work environment, which I like kind of understand, but at the end of the day, like she's pretty ruthless, and I feel like if you know her, then that's kind of what you would expect. But it's really entertaining if you have HBO Max and you like any kind of like reality competition show, or if you're a fan of hers, I definitely recommend it.
Is she in it a lot? Because my interpretation of it was going to be like a dramatic version of like the work environment and like competition in the work environment.
Yeah, she's in it. She's in it like a good bit. I mean, honestly, like I just love watching it because she says things that are just like so out of pocket, but I'm like so here for it. And they have like the first 2 episodes out now, but I'm pretty sure it comes out like every Thursday. But basically the whole premise of the show is she's trying to find like a new like chief executive officer to like run her brand. Wow. But what's weird is that all of the people that are kind of like in the competition, they don't really have like the kind of, I would say, credentials I would think that you would need to run something like that. A lot of it, they're just like entertaining reality stars.
Well, that's what I was actually talking to my mom about this because she showed me the show, and I was like, not for nothing, these are like reality people, reality stars. Yeah. Like, I feel like they're kind of more so like every reality star is like a little bit of an actor or something. So I'm like, are they really that qualified to be something like a CEO to that kind of a company that's so huge?
Do you think she's looking what she of like a face of the company?
I feel like it's all just for the show.
Yeah, that's what she kept. Well, what she keeps saying in like the first 2 episodes is she was like, I don't know if these people have what it takes, and I'm like, bitch, I don't either. Like, I mean, I really don't know. Like, I mean, honestly, like there are like a few people where I'm like, okay, I could see them like really doing this, but then like there's this one girl that's like like a DJ turned influencer, and like I know she's just there for like the drama, but yeah, very, very entertaining. Other than that, I don't really have literally anything else. I don't think I have anything else.
Short and sweet, nice and simple.
I'm trying to think in terms of like, if there's like anything music wise. Oh, Kiss Me More by Doja Cat and SZA. I think it literally is laced with crack cocaine because every time I hear that song, it just like instantly transcends me into like another universe
that sends me into a manic state. That's
it's really like the good. 2021 like Say So, but honestly I think it's even better than Say So. So it's very awesome, love it. So been listening to that like on replay, but other than that, I think those are all my current faves.
Shahala?
My current faves, I just finished Shameless, and as like touch and go as that show can be, it is hella controversial, 1000%. Like I agree, but I like kind of got connected to the characters on like a different level, and I've been watching the show for months, and it finally just like the series ended, and I just kind of felt like not content.
At a loss.
I really did. I had no closure, like the way they ended the show. But overall that was great. I'm glad I finished it. It took me like forever to finish it. I've been binge watching Emma's videos for the like last 2 weeks, like on repeat every single day. And it literally feels like I live with her at this point because like she's on my TV all day, every day. Also, this girl is always alone. Like I've noticed in her videos, she's just like,
I always stuff she says about being alone and being sad. I'm like, you're literally dating role model.
This is true.
But she's still dating him because like sometimes the things she posts, I'm like, girl, I know you're just doing that for show. Like,
yeah, I don't know.
You have one?
I do like them together a lot. Yeah, I think they're very cool.
Did you see she was hanging out with like Devin Carlson and all them?
When they had like a little girls' night, I was like, oh, so cool.
I love that.
But
I have a question. Have y'all, this is like something to do, I guess, with current faves pop culture, but have y'all been watching the season of the Kardashians?
No.
Yes. Okay. Girlie, I stay up to date with the Kardashians.
No, I know. It's just so weird knowing that like this is the last season and the next episode is like going to be when they like tell, I guess, production and the crew that they're like ending the show.
Yeah.
But honestly, like, I don't know. I'm just really intrigued by this whole new show that they're supposed to be doing with Hulu because I'm like, honestly, like
They're gonna have another show.
I could just see them like ending it and like that be it. Like, I mean, I feel like they're just so much bigger than having a reality show now.
I agree with you. And it's so funny to me because over the weekend I was watching Courtney's like Poosh marathon on YouTube, right? And I was like, is this like
she's
their new
literally
shtick?
Such a copycat with everyone. Like, hello, Gwyneth Paltrow made Goop years ago, and then Courtney's like,
Rosie Inc. did the same thing, you know?
Like, yeah, I guess it's not like original of an idea, but I don't know.
You guys need to watch Hailey Bieber and Kendall Jenner's like Truth or Drink.
Yeah.
It's so good. Love it.
I will say that one is funny, but like I watched Courtney's over the weekend and like no shade to her, but like it just wasn't that great. Like if that's going to be your like intro to YouTube, like be a little bit more entertaining. Like I was honestly like expecting it to be more so like the show and like a little bit like carefree. No, it's just a little awkward.
Interesting.
Yeah. Speaking of the Kardashians, dude, did you guys see that like apparently Tristan has like cheated on Khloe again?
I don't know if I believe it this time around, but I think it's just because I see him on the show now and like the way that he is with Khloe, and I just want to believe that he finally got it right. But at the same time, it's like once a cheater, always a cheater.
It's
agreed.
Like in you. If you're gonna be that person to do those things or even entertain the idea, like that's who you are.
Exactly. Yeah. I agree.
Piece of shit.
And it's just like so messy. I saw that and I was like honestly kind of sad for her. I was like, oh,
it's like you have like I don't know, so disrespectful for the children too. Like his kids are gonna grow up and be like, wow, my dad was a piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like also like unpopular opinion, but I'm not a huge fan of Travis Barker and Kourtney Kardashian.
Really?
I think again with the copycat, she's trying to be Megan Fox and MGK.
True.
I think like this is my opinion. Whenever a relationship is portrayed as super hot and heavy on social media, it fizzles out rather quickly.
This is true. Yeah,
I agree. Yeah.
So I feel like all of the shit that they're posting about how in love they are, I mean, maybe they are, and all power to them. And I hope it lasts. And, you know, I like, she's been through a lot, but I think like everyone that's like an OG Kardashian stan, like wants her and Scott to get back together.
Yeah.
And now it's
even
like
though
being
literally
kind of addressed
in
the show. Yeah.
Even though same thing, like once a cheater, always a cheater. And that's so bad. But like, you know,
Speaking
it is what it is.
That whole family. Have you seen like Caitlyn Jenner's statements on the whole children and trans children and athletes and athletics and stuff? Like, what's y'all's opinion on that? Because I've seen some mixed reviews, so I don't know what to really think about it.
My stance on her as a person, I'm not really a fan of her in general.
I mean, I'm not really talking about. Yeah. We don't need to get into that. I just mean,
what
like
did she specifically say? Let me.
Well, so she's obviously a trans woman who was a major Olympic athlete, and she's saying that she doesn't think that trans children should be able to do like the athletics, like a trans girl doing girl sports or whatever, because her point is that there is a disadvantage because of like biological reasons. And some people are like, Caitlyn, you're literally trans. Like, how can you say this? But it's like, I still think that her opinions on it as being like, it's not fair if like like a biological boy who's like, if they're stronger or something. I don't know. I'm trying to be very sensitive with this topic because I'm obviously like, hell, if it were up to me, everybody do whatever the fuck you want. But
yeah.
Like, I don't know if that, like, some people were like, this is a disrespect to your community to say something like that. But then she's also saying something kind of logical. But then again, I don't know.
As an advocate, like if she's going to be one, and like if you're talking about this, like, is this in regards to literally like school, like
I think
school
just school sports. Yeah, which is again is why I'm like,
who gives a fuck? They're not going to the Olympics. Like, yeah. I mean, like they're not.
They're kids. Like
I would imagine
like in her mind, it's a bigger deal because she's like, oh, you could be an Olympic athlete, but for most kids, no.
Okay, I feel like you should advocate for kids at that age.
Yeah, but like, let's say like 0.01% of student athletes like really make it a career for themselves. I think that if it's just, an everyday average kid that just wants to go out and have fun and partake in these sports, it really shouldn't matter. I mean, honestly, quite frankly, I don't think it should matter really at all, because I know that like, yeah, maybe you're born with an advantage, but you take like, it's common enough now to take so many like hormone replacements and stuff that you're like changing the way that your like body is. And I mean, even though you were born a different way, I mean, the whole point of people transitioning is because they feel like they were born in the wrong body and they want to be recognized for, you know, who they feel like they are and like who they're transitioning to. And I think it's like the same as like letting, you know, a trans woman or trans man use the bathroom that they identify as, you know, I mean, it's like kind of the same thing to me. I kind of get like the disadvantage or advantage thing, but I just think nowadays,
that's what I'm saying. Like, I guess I get it, but at the same time, if you're a kid going into that sport, you're gonna learn how to do it, or you're gonna, if you want to be good at it, you'll practice. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I just feel like
it's almost just like
let the kids do what they feel comfortable with doing. You know?
Yeah. And also like she's running for governor, which is
I was about to ask how you guys felt about that, because it almost
celebrities
feels like
have always done that. I mean, Arnold Schwarzenegger was the governor of California. Ronald Reagan was the fucking president of the United States. Like, that's not new to be like a
Donald Trump.
I don't know. I guess it. She yeah, exactly. Donald Trump. Like, Caitlyn Jenner isn't like the first actor, to do that, but like she's a celebrity and she's, you know, an athlete. So I mean, hell, I don't know. My hands are tied.
It'll be interesting.
Have y'all watched the Jeff Wittick docuseries?
Oh, dude, I literally see it on my TikTok all the time. I haven't sat down and watched it, but like it makes me sick to my stomach.
Yeah, I don't have much to say about it. I think it's been pretty entertaining to watch. I like Jeff. Yeah. You wrote that Kylie Cosmetics deleted all of their posts.
So I noticed this today. I was like, she tagged on her Insta stories. It was like, ooh, something coming soon. And I've never purchased anything from Kylie Cosmetics, but I just like stay in the know. And she deleted everything on there. So I'm thinking that's like a rebrand. Or
definitely.
Good for her.
That's so weird.
Isn't it? I wonder what
she
kind of like
so good.
I know.
Okay, not gonna lie, like it was time for a rebrand. Like the whole I don't know, like the lip kits were iconic, but it just feels a little outdated now. And like, I feel kind of the same with like KKW Beauty. Like Kim really does not like spend a lot of time, I feel like, promoting KKW Beauty. Like Skims is like her money maker. And like, that's where all of her energy is going.
Yeah. Her like beauty line isn't anything like revolutionary. It's literally like the same, I feel like, recycled like nude tones. And
they
like,
just, it just reminds me of like those like the Tarte or like the naked Urban Decay like eyeshadow palettes that everyone had in like 2015, 2016.
I fucking lived by that thing. I kept it way too long. Probably had some mites in it, but you know.
Did you guys see the chairs of the Met Gala?
Yeah.
I had no idea that was even a thing. But I know that Timothée Chalamet, whatever it is, he's a part of it.
Yes.
And Amanda Gorman is a part of it too, which is
really Billie Eilish, and then Naomi Osaka. I believe that's how you say it. She's I
think it's pretty iconic that they've got like these 4 people doing it.
And they're young too. Young. They're all like the same age range. I think they range from like, how old is Timmy? He's like what, 25, 26? And then like the youngest one is
probably, what, 19, 18,
something
19?
like that. Yeah, like that's cool.
And Amanda Gorman is young too.
Yeah.
The theme is American independence, so that will be very interesting.
You know, it's like isn't it like
ironic?
Yeah, I feel like obviously it's going to be very political, and I feel like it's going to be like the way that they're going to do this in terms of style. I feel
is it going to be like red, white, and blue?
Specifically with what's happened within the last year of like just 2020 and into 2021, like I'm really just interested to see like really what happens.
Dude, it's obviously gonna dress up as Lady Liberty. I fucking know it. You've heard it.
I want to know. I don't know when it's happening.
There's like a 2-parter. There's like one happening, I believe, in September.
Okay.
And then there's one
it's always usually the first Monday of May, which obviously has passed.
So this one is like happening in September, and then the other one is happening next May.
Okay.
It's like a 2-parter. It's so weird.
Yeah. That they've they're talking about it already now.
I know.
I was like under the impression that it was like next week. Like I had no fucking clue. I don't know.
Oh, that's hilarious.
That's all I really want to say for pop culture.
Yeah.
Let's do a good old fashioned love it or hate it. And now I don't think actually that was a lie. I don't think this is gonna be a good old fashioned one, but there are just some things that I wanted to put out there. Again, no big discussion. I feel like, you know, we're already at 40 minutes. We can start going a little faster, I guess. But kind of a love it or hate it. Okay. The first one is those sharp square phone cases that, you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
I hate them so much.
I gotta say I hate them.
Hannah, do you know what I'm talking about?
I would say hate it. I don't know what you're talking about, but I don't think I would like it. Yeah.
They're like the phone cases that they're like pointy. Like
it looks like they have actual Lego.
Square. Yeah, they look like fucking Lego.
How does that fit in your pants?
I don't know.
Kind of tacky.
Dude, and then another one, when people like, you know, when you're going through something or whatever, and someone's like, I just hope things aren't awkward. Bitch, then don't be awkward. Then don't make it awkward. I hate that statement because I feel like it's alluding to one of two things. Either that like, I don't know how I'm going to act around you. I don't know how things are going to be, which is like, okay, get your shit together. Or two, it almost is kind of like a sort of, lack of a better term, like a threat to be like, well, I hope you're not awkward. And it's like, bitch, I won't be. I'm mature. And like, it irks me when people are like, I hope things won't be awkward. It's like, then
it's also like putting it out there in the universe. Like,
like now it's going to be energy. Awkward. Yeah.
Oh, the song Ashtrays and Heartbreaks came on the other day on my phone. I fucking love that song so much. I don't know what's in it. It's like this 2013 nostalgia of like when Miley Cyrus was really getting into like the bangers era and all this stuff. And like, I love it.
I almost like don't know if I remember this song. Wait, hold on. I'm literally pulling it up right now.
For like 2012 to 2014, like those times and like all the music and stuff. I don't know. That was a good time. Hannah, do you know the song?
Mm-mm.
What? Oh my God, you guys have to listen to it. Are you listening? Put it in the speaker. Let everyone know what's up. Do you not know this one? Dude, this song.
I have never heard this song before. Oh my God. But that's actually
you're gonna listen to it. I know, Shayla, you're gonna love it.
Adding it to my current rotation.
Dude, the next one, when influencers say they don't know how to pronounce a brand, when they're like, you know, they get sent something like, oh, I don't know if I'm saying that. I don't know. Like, that's your job.
Do you know like, how ignorant they look?
Like, dude, I get that, like, you get sent stuff from companies and, like, you don't always know everything. Take a minute to Google it and look up the pronunciation or another video of someone, like, saying it correctly. Like, the company is nice enough to send you something or just say the name right. Like, they just sound so stupid when they're like, I'm sorry, I don't know how to do it. I don't know. It's like, dude, that's
and like drawing more attention to the fact that they don't know how to say it. You know, it'd be different if they just said it incorrectly and no one ever said anything about it. They'd be like, oops, sorry, slip up, you know?
And I get sometimes they want to like, because people are like brutal in comments when they do one thing wrong. And I get that when they're like trying to like save that, like try and avoid people saying that. But like, dude, it's if someone calls you out, okay, like just say it correct. Just look it up.
Yeah.
Hannah, what's your take on that?
I mean, yeah, like if I ever get sent something or if I ever don't know how to pronounce something and I'm supposed to like publicly speak about it, I like actually like look up how to say it and like turn the sound on and like hear like Siri or
it's
the
like, so
whatever say
like
it. So then it's seconds? Like, I like at least like know where to go. Like when I was like interviewing for a job with this like Parisian company, I didn't know how to like say this like city in France where their collection was based off of. Never taken French in my life. And I probably still somewhat butchered it, but like at least I like phonetically was able to somewhat pronounce it.
Like, it took the least amount of effort for you to like look it up. But Shayla, did you write this one? Small talk that leads nowhere, and it's just used to fill silence. Like, yes, silence is okay.
Jesus Christ. Shayla felt something with that statement.
You guys.
Say it with your chest.
irks me to no end. Like when I'm like sitting in silence and like there is just someone right next to me just trying to fill the silence with like unnecessary chat.
So anyway, like shut up.
Like shut up. I would much rather sit in silence with you, and I'm comfortable sitting in silence with my friends. I really am. Or anywhere, just being a little quiet. You don't have to fill the air with everything, you know? I just hate it.
I think I can get behind that. Yeah.
Yeah. Next.
I kind of hate when I'm like out with my friends and people are like, how do you know these people? I'm like, because I'm awesome. And like, I mean, like, I don't know what you want me to say. Like, they're my friends. Like, I just know them.
Affirmations.
I love, and yeah.
I don't know how. I mean, I'm all for it. I'm all for the manifesting, the affirmations, all this shit. But I'll believe it when I see it. You know what I mean? I'll do it all day long. Trust me, I do.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm skeptical.
This is gonna make me sound like the most, I feel like, Gen Z person ever. But I literally got an app that's called I Am, and it's literally like a reminder. It's like 60 affirmations a day. And you read them, and it's nice. Can't believe I paid for it though, but it's fine.
Hannah?
I like them. I mean, sometimes I feel like they don't really work. Like I'm kind of just saying it, but I feel like, you know, I got to kind of like say it with my chest a little bit more, and then maybe I'll start believing it. Yeah, I got to put like a little bit more feeling into it.
I think affirmations too can be like a mindset too. Like I think it is very helpful. Like every day you wake up and you say something, and like I think it's been proven that it does lighten people's like mood and stuff. But because I know I made a conscious effort to like live a little more positively and like be happy with what I have, and like that's definitely helps. So I guess that's kind of like affirmations.
Yeah.
Pete Davidson's random Zoom calls.
Bruh, I fucking love those.
I like him. Sure, I'm behind it.
Like him, yeah.
We brought this one up. Kiss Me More by Doja, and
love it.
Obviously.
And Stassi's vlogs. Stassi Schroeder?
No, Stassi Baby.
Oh.
Stassi Baby. I've never watched them, but they pop up on my YouTube a lot. I feel like if you're like I don't know. I just feel like if you've got that much money, it really just kind of goes into like the flex culture, like what we were talking about. Like, I mean, like a normal day for her is not going to be like a normal day for the average person.
Yeah,
but then again, that's probably why people watch it.
Yeah.
And I like vlogs where it's like they're actually doing something and they put in, like, I understand if you're very like big on YouTube, having an editor is obviously so helpful when you have other things to do, but it's like, it's your video. You make it. It's YouTube. It's not a movie. Like, you make your video. But
so
I don't know.
So I love them. I have been binge watching her videos, and I don't know what it is. I saw this TikTok about someone being like, something about Stassi is like a little bit too mysterious. Like no one really knows like what this bitch is up to half the time, but she's like always there with like a picture, right? And I know we had this conversation last week about Instagram flex culture, but like the idea of Stassi is just
she's
like
funny. She's a character.
I can't grasp it, but I do love her vlogs. I will say she's kind of entertaining. She's kind of funny. She always has like her friends in the vlogs, and I feel like that's cool. I like those more than like their Instagrams.
I haven't watched one in a very long time, so maybe I'll get back into them. Stassi, I've seen them, but like not in a while, so maybe I'll like them now.
Yeah.
So we're at 48 minutes. Do we want to do a topic? Because obviously, like in the editing, I can trim this down and shit. But do we want to keep talking or?
I mean, I will say I just cut the sound that my AirPods are dying, which is my bad. Like, I think I still have like, they're on like 20%. So I probably am good for like a little bit longer, but
why don't we save the topic for next week? So what we were going to talk about, I was thinking, I mean, we kind of mentioned it stuff earlier about like, I guess, school and stuff, like transitioning from school to adulthood, like all that kind of stuff. Like Shayla's graduating. I feel like that's a pretty relevant topic. And then also it's Mental Health Awareness Month, if I'm not mistaken. So next week we'll go ahead and deep dive into it. This week was a nice little fun catch up of random stuff, and we haven't had one of those in a while, so it's good.
We haven't. We'll give you a nice juicy episode next week.
So look forward to next week. Thank you so much for listening. As always, download, stream, watch on YouTube, all that jazz.
Hugs and kisses, everybody. Bye.
Bye.